Welcome to episode 770, Andrew Forrest, Mining Billionaire in Australia. This is an outline of episode 770. There are 3 reasons we study Andrew Forrest. First, at age 58, he's one of the richest Australian and easily the most generous self-made billionaire. Second, in 2008, he was the richest man in Australia. Third, my friend Jay Brown recommended him. Let's meet Andrew Forrest.
So far, Australia's done 500,000 tests. Now we have the potential to do 10 million. I mean, this is extraordinary.
It is, Sam. Look, here's the hardcore scientific reality. Without a vaccine, a nation has no choice to get out of this pandemic. If you want to get out of it, you've got to test. The full TGA-approved test, we can now do that. Probably as Australia, we have the highest per capita ability to test our population and free them and get our economy cranked back up again and our kids at school than any other major nation on earth.
He was born in Perth, Australia in 1961. Close encounter with Scott Black, the indigenous native who saved his life when he was 3.
Sacred place to the Aboriginal people, and it's got a waterhole there, and they held a lot of tribal customs and law there, and it's but yeah, look, I was apparently a kid covered in dust and a nappy, and by the time I finally found I was nappies and tears, and I'd wandered off.
He graduated from the University of Western Australia with a double major in politics and economics. His first job after university was as a stockbroker at Kirk Securities and Jackson's. 1994, at the age of 33, he founded Anaconda Nickel and made his first fortune. Here's a picture of his nickel mine. What made him billions was Fortescue Metal Group, FMG, which he founded in 2003. Here's a picture of Andrew Forrest with his wife in Times Square.
We are delivering on our vision every day. We are Fortescue, a leader in the iron ore industry. It's a focus, a 100% focus, to achieve our vision to be the safest, lowest cost and most profitable iron ore producer.
In 2008, he became the richest man in Australia. Just briefly, Andrew Forrest is against rent tax.
You've been a very vocal opponent of the Labor government's minerals resource rent tax, but could being sold to Australians as a redistribution of wealth?
Because it's a political lie. The Treasurer knew it. BHP, Rio Tinto, Xstrata, those huge multinational companies, they all knew it. But what got sold by the Treasurer to the Australian people is exactly what you said. This is a redistribution. This is to make it all fairer. What a political hoax. Exactly as I've said for ages, for all its heat, light, dust and smoke and promises, it hasn't raised a cent.
With a net worth of $10.9 billion, Andrew Forrest is a very rich man. So what is the secret of his success? 2 things. Trust China. Follow China.
But on not the analysts, much as we love them at Fortescue, but on what China says. We believe in what China says. China's got this uncanny habit, which we stand on as part of the culture of Fortescue, of doing what it says it's going to do. So we just, old-fashioned as it may seem, trust China. China says it's going to do X and Y. We believe them, we build a project and we build a company around them, and we look to India, the third wave and the crabs for
giving back.
Grew up in the era where we had no mentors and it was really difficult to give. In fact, it led to a cynicism in media towards philanthropy. So I think it's really important that people come out from under the bushels. And
Andrew Forrest is the most charitable Australian alive.
Billionaire Andrew Forrest has given away 400 million Australian dollars, or about 300 million US dollars, in the largest philanthropic donation by a living person in the country's history. Forrest Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull was present at the announcement at the Parliament House in Canberra and described the nation's biggest single philanthropic gift as game changer.
On equal opportunity.
Country cannot live where if you're an Indigenous woman you're 30 plus times more likely to be hospitalised for assault due to drugs and alcohol related offences than you are if you're not Indigenous, or that rises to over 80 times in the Northern Territory. That's not Australia. It's not an Australia I'm proud of. My best friends, my Indigenous friends when I was a kid, they were smarter than me. They sang better, they acted better. They're certainly better at sport. But they're no longer here. And we have to ask ourselves, why is that? When we're dealing with a race of people who we joined in their fair country, who are every bit the equal to us, why is that?
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Andrew Forrest, 9 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.